Hey guys, JawsTheSharkReviews here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Bumblebee movie Bumblebee 2.0. So yeah, here he is in his Volkswagen Beetle alt mode, and now before we take a look at himself, let's get a look at the packaging. So yeah, here it is, and it's rather confusing because even though this figure literally just came out, I found this guy a week ago at a GameStop. The packaging is still the same as the old Studio Series packaging, and I think the reason for that is that I think this was supposed to be released around the same time as was it Double Punch or whatever, the Red Scorponok from Rise of the Beast, the same wave as that, and whoever else is in that wave. But for whatever reason, this guy was delayed until the summer. So yeah. But anyways, here's a close up here of the box. And yeah, Bumblebee 116. Here's the side of the box right here. Honestly, I prefer this box stuff for Studio Series because it's it's a little more original. I like that they have the product, or not the product render, but the character render, if you will. It looks nicer. And here's the back. And 23 steps, and of course, since it's still the old style, he still has the backdrop, which just was kind of useless anyways. But yeah, all this down here. Here's the bottom of the box. I think I might already show the top. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. So let's bring Bumblebee right back here. And yeah, so it's this is definitely deja vu for probably a lot of people. Well, I don't think I ever reviewed the original Bumblebee movie, Volkswagen Beetle Bumblebee, I should say, on my channel for whatever reason. But I did get that figure when it released back in late 2018, and it was a fine figure. I mean, the alt mode was really nice. The robot mode was definitely the weaker of the two modes, and I think that's the reason why this figure exists. I think the primary reason is because that version was based off of the concept art of Bumblebee. The alt mode, since that was already set. They had the car ready. They need to alter that. It was just the robot mode that they really had to change around. So that one's more of a concept art Bumblebee, sort of. I mean, it's still not a far cry from the final design. But yeah, so the point of this is, that was 2018, it was during when Bumblebee was being produced. And now, jump forward here to 2025, and several years have passed since the movie came out, so now, the Hasbro designers can finally lock in and give us a much nicer looking Bumblebee. So, anyways, let's get a close-up look here at Bumblebee in his alt mode, and I dig him. I mean, yeah, it's not too much different from what we saw before, and it doesn't really need to be that way. But the color, I mean, it's hard to see on camera. The lighting doesn't do it justice, but it's more of like a banana yellow now, which is actually more accurate to the movie. The other one had like a darker yellow, almost like an orangish yellow. Visible head syndrome, that hasn't changed. I mean, the overall layout of this, does not really look any different. Even the bottom doesn't look different from the original one, but surprisingly, it is a totally brand new mold, so I think that works out pretty good. And yeah, and it is officially licensed. I'm not sure if you saw in the box, but yeah, got the logo there. Now anyways, for accessories, unlike the original, he only comes with two. You know, the original also had these accessories, although these are brand new versions of them. So starting off, we have his blade, his knife, whatever you want to call it. And I think this one is the same one they used on the Rise of the Beasts Bumblebee Deluxe from Studio Series. Only this time it's painted silver, and I don't think it really fit though on that one in terms of color, because again, it's more that banana yellow. I know it doesn't look like it in camera, but you know, with my own eyes, it does. So yeah, but there's that. And then he has a brand new cannon accessory right here. I'm not sure if this is the same as the Rise of the Beast one, but either way, what is definitely different is the big old yellow right around here. And yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Definitely an upgrade from what we got before. Here, I'll just compare it with the originals. And the difference between this and the originals is that with this one, you had to remove, I think it was the right forearm, and then replace it with this, which, I mean, it wasn't bad. But this one, you could just plug it into his hand. It's so much easier. So I like that. And I think it looks a lot cooler. You know, it's much bigger than that one. I mean, this one's kind of puny. So yeah, and I'll compare the two blades as well. So here they are. Yeah, this one, I think, you know, I mean, these both work, but, you know, honestly, this one's definitely for the win. But yeah. The only thing that this guy unfortunately doesn't have is a battle mask. This is the original figure's battle mask. So that's a shame, but oh well, what are you gonna do? So yeah, now anyways, now for the alt mode size comparisons. Here he is with the original SS, I think it was 18. This one's 116, and then this one's 18, I believe. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that was his number. And yeah, I'll just give you a rundown right here. I mean, even with my laying right here, I mean, you could still tell this one's slightly layered, but it's much more noticeable in hand. Like, this one's more of a mustard yellow. This one's more like a banana yellow, sort of. I mean, honestly, this one kind of looks like mustard too, so I'm not sure. But either way, the point is, this one's a layer shady yellow, and yeah, I think it looks more realistic to what we saw in the film. Coming here, they painted the back windows, actually. I just realized this time. And then on this one they didn't, so you get to see a little bit of his feet, both of his feet. It looks like they reused some molding, actually, back here. I think like the top of the car, and then the back, I think it looks like it was reused. The wheels are all new. Or are they? Wait. Oh no, they're not. I think the only difference is that these ones are painted. I was like looking at this one and this one, I'm like, okay, they looks like they fixed it, but now they just painted it, which still looks 10 times better, but yeah. Honestly, I think this one might not actually be a totally new mold, because I mean, my first clue was down here. I mean, obviously it's not the same, but the fact that, you know, the layout looks very like, I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, they definitely borrowed some stuff from this one. I don't think this one's a retool of this one, but it's a new mold that just uses stuff from this. So, and it, you know, re-engineers everything and makes it look 10 times better. And we'll notice that in the roll-up mode, but for now, let's get right down to the transformation. So, starting off, you just flip up the wheels right here underneath the soles of his feet. Then just lift up the arms, untab them right there, and then after that, just bring down the legs here and spray out the doors. And there you go. And then next, just flip this in right here, flip that in, and then after that, you just want to bring this up like that, and just flip that in for right now. Let's focus on the legs, so you have to split these apart, straighten them out, and then bring around this piece here to the thigh. So there we go. Do that same thing right here. There we go. And then after that, you just want to, the front's right here, so just move that up. And I think that's it for that. So let's do the same thing right here. Just bring that up, move that down. Oh, and then, yeah, flip down these pieces right here. They're on the shins, so that way it kind of fills in the gaps right there. So there we go. Now that's it for the feet. Now it looks like he's I don't know. Looks like he's had like a hard day at work. He's like, ugh, why does this job have to be so impossible? something like that. But yeah. So anyways, so then after that, you just want to bring up the arms, untab them from the rims of the wheels, and that popped off. There you go. It wasn't as easy to get that one off. Let's just reattach that, and there you go. And just move out the shoulders, and then rearrange the arms right there so they face like this. And then after that, you just want to bring these little sections down right here. And if you look closely, you can see the tab will go in that slot there. And then the same thing should happen here. There you go. So now we got most of this done. We just have the back to do, and that's it. Yeah, then you just want to flip this forward right here, or kind of move this down as well, and then flip it forward. And then you see this tab right here. Well, you just want to put it right above there, like the little gray slope piece. And there you go. So once you got that all done, there you guys have Bumblebee, the new and improved Bumblebee in his robot mode. And yeah, this is definitely where, you know, the upgrade really comes into play, like over the original, because man, this one just looks good. This looks straight out of the movie. Almost, not perfectly, but as good as, you know, you can get it for a mainline. So a mainline transformable figure, I should say. You know, like non-transformable, you know, that's easy as cake to try to recreate the design. But yeah, so yeah, anyways, now let's take a look up close at the head sculpt, the face and everything. Looks nice. I absolutely love the metallic blue eyes. I don't think the original didn't have that. It was just straight up blue. And yeah, and it's a much bigger head too, you know, than the other one, so you get a little more details. And yeah, here's the back. And yeah, so this right down here. One of my only complaints is, you know, kind of how the legs are. I mean, I can understand why these pieces wouldn't go away, but just the way the wheels are, I don't know, it just looks like a little bit of an eyesore, just seeing those sticking out. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. And speaking of kibble, he's got a big old backpack right here, but this time, unlike the original, you can move these sections right down. So hey, that's nice, because, you know, in the movie he was able to move the doors down. Unfortunately though, I mean, they're still pretty visible in the movie. They kind of like just hid right behind his back, like to almost like cover this up, and that's a little more faithful to it. And it's like they kind of slid down. There was only, I think it was only like the windows that you can really see. But hey, I'd still take this any day over, you know, the other one. Like, even if you have them up, you can still angle them around, and I think it still looks nicer. Even if you keep it in like the plane position, it just looks much nicer. Because in the other one, like, they just look way too big on his back. And I mean, I know that was, I guess, the original design, but still, in retrospect, it wasn't the smartest choice to design that like well before the movie came out. So, but yeah. So anyways, now for posability. His head is on ball joints, so you can move it side to side. He can look up that far, and then he can only look down that much. Shoulders can move outwards that far, so they're on ball joints, and you get a little more wiggle movement here too, because of the pin joint there. So you can move it all the way up if you want to. Let's see, no bicep swivel, but he does have ball joints here at the elbows. Nothing at the wrists. That's the only downgrade from the other one, because that one had there was a hinge or something where you could. There's no swivel, but there was at least just a hinge to move it in and out. That was for transformation, but at least it was still good articulation. And also he doesn't have a waist swivel anymore, which the original one did. So yeah, so that's unfortunately again another downgrade. That's probably a worse downgrade, honestly. They could have just easily, I could see them easily putting in a waist swivel right here, or maybe just a little bit lower, but no, they chose not to, and that just doesn't make sense. Because you have the original one for reference. You were able to do with that one. But what am I complaining about? So yeah. Yeah, he does have a thigh swivel right here. Legs are on ball joints. You can move them forward, backward, and outwards that far. The knees obviously do bend, and they go a little bit forward too. Not as forward as the other ones, but it's still, they still can do that kind of. And then yeah, the ankles. He does have a pivot thing right here. Well, there's a pin joint. That's mostly for transformation, but the main articulation comes from this ball joint here, so you can get all kinds of ankle movements. So I guess that makes up for no waist, kind of. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the articulation. I'd say it's pretty good. There's some things that, for whatever reason, they just downgrade from the other one. That's kind of hard to imagine. They just flat out remove something that at least was good with the other one, and they're like, nah, we ain't doing that here. Okay, maybe there were some sort of budget constraints, but all you have to do is just slice an area right here, and then just have a little swivel joint. It wasn't that hard. Okay, maybe, even this, they could have just put a mushroom swivel in there and just had his, his wrists, give his wrist the ability to swivel. But I guess we can't have everything good with this. So it doesn't bother me that much. It's just a mere little criticism. But yeah, so anyways, now for accessories, again, it comes with this cannon. He really can only hold it in his right hand though, just like with the original. Because if you try putting in the other one, it doesn't really fit. So you just gotta put it right in here. And it's not too bad. And of course he comes with his blade, knife, again, whatever you want to call it, sword. And this you could plug into either arm. There's 2 clips on each of the forearms, right on the sides. And yeah, so I guess when you got the cannon in, you could just put this right in his left forearm. So there you go, now he's all prepared for battle. He can take down, shatter, and dropkick whenever he wants, or any other Decepticons. And Bloodswing too. And yeah. So, yeah, now for the robot mode size comparisons. Here he is with the original SS-18 right here. And, yeah. It's totally obvious to the viewer and myself which one's the better one. And, I gotta go with this one because it's, nah, I'm just kidding. I always love playing those little pranks with you guys, but yeah, no, this one in the old mode is really good, but in the robot mode, I wouldn't say it's utter crap, but it's got severe flaws. I mean, just the way they made the knees, they weren't tight enough, and that. they're just slightly crooked too, so it looks like these slide. I'm not sure if they do, excuse me, but I don't want to risk breaking it or anything, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. And you know, the door wings too, they're just stuck there. You can see how cluttered they are, and it's just, yeah. And the head's a little puny too. I will say the one thing I do prefer about this one is that, you know, you can replace his regular face with his battle mask. But that's it, because I mean, just look at how much nicer the new one is in comparison. I mean, you know, it's a bigger head, it looks more accurate, it's more detailed. The gunmetal gray looks better than the silver. It's just, yeah, this one feels more, you know, more, I guess, premium, if you will, than this one. So yeah, and especially from the back, I mean, this one's got its fair share of kibble, but still looks better than this one any day, like literally any day better than this one. But yeah, so there you guys have the robot mode size comparisons. And for old time's sake, I'll just show off the backdrop right here. And yeah, here it is. I think it's the exact same one they used on the original SS-18. And it's I mean, it's still a fitting one. It's Charlie's garage from the film. So you know, you got, you know, all that there. You see the car, her dad's car that she was working on. And yeah, you get 116 Studio Series. You have the movie's logo, Transformers, and yeah. So yeah, I can just put Bumblebee right in here. You know, I can freak the ever living daylights out of Charlie, or who's her boyfriend? I forgot his name. It was something. Oh, was it Memo? I forgot. It was some weird name, but yeah. So you can put him right in there, or of course, you know, you can put him in car mode, since, you know, he's a car and it's a garage. It makes sense, but yeah, there you guys have him with that. So there you guys have my review for the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Bumblebee movie, Bumblebee 2.0. Yeah, still haven't figured out what I'm titling the review. It's gonna be a bit confusing, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, he's this figure is a really nice figure. I mean, you know, it's kind of your average deluxe class figure, but I mean, it's still really good. And honestly, you know, with this, at least in my opinion, being the best live action movie designed for Bumblebee, I thought, you know, this design needed justice, because I mean, you know, if the original one from 2018 was the best that Hasbro had, aside from the Masterpiece, I couldn't sit with that fact. I mean, I kind of accepted it after a while. It's like, well, alright, I guess that's it. I guess that's just going to be the Bumblebee, the Beetle Bumblebee that we're going to be stuck with. I mean, we have the off-road one, and we'll have the Cybertronian ones that look like almost perfect, and then we're going to be stuck with this VW Beetle one, which is just that. But no, Hasbro came out of the blue and decided to, you know, start from scratch. Well, kinda. They did like, from what I could tell, they did reuse some parts from the original, but it worked. They took what was, you know, good molding wise from the original and ran with it with whatever else they add in, because it's great. I really like this guy, and I hope this paves the way for more like Studio Series redos, I guess, because, you know, the Bumblebee movie, and especially Rise of the Beast, I mean, those designs, like, you know, that they had for the figures in Studio Series were not like accurate totally. Like Scourge, for example, that's just the concept art, or who else? Air Razor, that's just concept art. It's not based on the actual film. So I hope Hasbro, please go back and redo some of the other ones. And while you're at it, redo was it Crowbar or Crankcase? That was it. Redo Crankcase. Don't make him just a crowbar retool. Make a whole new mold for him, or just reuse the Berserker mold from last night, please. come on, Hasbro. If you could do it here for Bumblebee, you could do it for literally anybody else. So that's all I'm saying. I'm being friendly here. I'm being civil. Just please, just do it at some point, even if it's in the year 2030. I don't care. Just please redo those, because I mean, Scourge is a really good figure and stuff, but it's just a shame that's not screen accurate. And yeah, and that kind of goes the same way for the for like Air Razor too. And and please redo Lockdown for Major Extinction. Make him a Voyager, please. All right. Okay, that's it. That's all I gotta say here. But yeah, so anyways, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, share for more. And yeah, comment down below what you guys think of this figure right here. And let me know which one you like better. Do you like this one better, or do you like the old one better? So yeah, now anyways, guys, yeah, now till all are one.